Easy bricks, Knox Finest.
Yeah, yo, we live, yeah, those finest, yes, we live,
Welcome to the Seventh Letter Podcast. He is I and I am him, the letter G. Glad to be here with you because you took your time out to be here with me. Happy 2023, y'all. It's been a while. I can't lie. A lot is going on in life. As you see, I got a new background. I had to move from my house. So in the middle of, the end of November or maybe October, our landlord sent us an email saying that we had to be out of our house by March. So we've lived at this residence for about 10 years at that point. I kind of saw it coming, maybe in the summer. But basically the landlord moved us out because she had her son just had a baby and, wanted to get him into the house. And we live right next door to our landlord. So it was like, it makes sense. I heard at the time. And it just made me think of something. Like me and my wife both, since we moved in the house, we started making a little bit more money. So we really, we were enjoying having that extra money, to be honest. And we would save for a house, probably a lot slower than we could, but we just kept on enjoying ourselves, traveling a lot. We had a wonderful vacation. We went to Jamaica, we went to Curacao and Aruba, and we had a lot of wonderful, grand vacations, and probably should have went into the savings for the house. And so we ended up moving not too far. Sadly, our children had to switch schools, which made the move a little bit more tough than it had to be. But all in all, we're happy with the move, and the kids are acclimating well to the new school, so that's good, But in life, man, it's like, I feel like we always kind of stay in situations too long, and the fact that we had to move so abruptly, which once was a really good relationship between our landlord and I love my old landlord. Like when I graduated from nursing school, like I invited her, I gave her a ticket, because she really was a part of my family, I felt, and when it came to the business side, and to be honest, if I had a house, that I can move my children in, if I became a grandparent, I would probably do the same. But I think I got lost in that. And I was a little bit disappointed in the way it went down and how cut and dry it was. And which was hard, which left a bad, bitter taste in my mouth. So we had been in the house for a while, and she actually didn't do much to repair the place, when we were in there. So I was like, we'll move. I'm sure, there's some damage to the crib, but it's all like wear and tear. Like when we moved in there, the same paint that was there is the same paint that's there now. You know what I'm saying? When there was a leak in the sink that messed up the thing, I fixed it. I got my friend to come over and fix it. She did nothing. And guess what? She's trying to keep our security, which is even leaving a worse taste and making me feel a lot worse about this person that I once loved. I'm just disappointed in like how she's doing this to us. But we're not gonna let her. And I used to keep my wife off her ass all the time, like chill. She's a lady of a certain age. Chill, be respectful. And my wife don't really care nothing about that shit. But not saying she like a loose cannon, but she's a boss. So she a lot of times I gotta pull back at the reins a little bit, make her chill out. And I was like, go get her. Go get her, Yeah, man. We stay in situations a little bit too long. Like a lot of times we need to, when we make a plan, we need to follow through with it. And probably if we would have done it our way and had control of our own destiny as opposed to leaving it in someone else's, the situation would be a lot different. And I think we need to take that into our lives on a different on every, that's just a microcosm of what we should actually do. So what I'm gonna do is I learned from that is like at my job now, I'm not really feeling the morale of the floor is very low, and I think it's starting to eat at me a little bit. And I'm starting to like not like being there, and in order to, I guess, perform at the level that I think I've been successful at, I like to be happy and find joy in my work. And not saying that my performance at work, as far as when it comes to my patients, has lagged, but I don't find the same enjoyment in my coworkers like I did. A lot of the people that I used to enjoy working with left for the same reason that I'm anticipating, leaving. As you know, toward the end of, like, when I stopped recording last year, I had got my master's degree, and I have a great respect for my manager because she's a nice lady, and I like her. She's a good manager in the sense she don't bother you. She just lets you do your thing, and she tells you something once, and she trusts you as an adult to follow through with it. I don't want it to seem like I'm hating in who got the assistant manager job that I interviewed for, but I don't think that they're really good at communicating, and now that poor communication is starting to affect me and make me feel like I don't know how much longer I can do this. And I think that I probably need to have that conversation now. My wife is she's a little bit more versed in this, wanting to just, like, your loyalty is only to your family. And in nursing, I feel it's more of she is a project manager, but I just feel like in nursing it's a little bit more of a team atmosphere, and I feel like I owe that to my team to express myself. Like, I think I'm gonna explore other options, and I think it's only fair because I do look at myself as a big loss to my team if I do decide to go. So I want to let her, give her that respect, before I go on and leave. It's something I probably shouldn't even be putting on this podcast, but like, I don't care. Sometimes life walks you toward it makes you explore pieces of yourself that only you understand. And I think as a leader, explaining what my plans to the team ultimately makes me feel like I feel more comfort in being led by that person. So it's like that whole do unto others as you want them to do unto you, saying. I would want somebody to warn me before I just go on and do my own thing and just surprise them with 2-week notice. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'd owe the person that I'm being led by that respect. I don't feel like like I'm being disloyal, or maybe I do. A lot of times in our culture, we feel like, we come in this together, we leave together, and we in this shit together. And I think that hinders me. That always having to struggle and finding comfort in that struggle. A lot of times I find myself battling with that. I used to, one of the people that left, she had been working on that floor for 20 years, And she was saying, like, and I used to say to her, like, yo, y'all are very entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, in nursing, you get floated to other floors, especially with the pandemic and everything. A lot of times you don't know where you're going to work. Sometimes COVID may need you, or they might snatch somebody from COVID and you got to go fill in on their unit. So when I was talking to her about, like, y'all kind of entitled. Like, you get floated. It is what it is. But she was like, nah, yo, when you build something, you want to sustain that. And you don't let them treat you no kind of way because you was a part of building that. And I was like, wow, I never looked at it that way. Like, I have worth. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it like I'm a peg to the puzzle. But then I got to start thinking, like, yo, now, like, you have a master's degree in this discipline. So you know what it is. Like, you know the work that you put into building you and what you are. And it got lost in that respect for the struggle, per se. But I've done the work. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm afraid. It's not that I'm not confident in my ability, because I did the work. So I know what to do when this happens, and I'm prepared. I come to work before I'm supposed to be there. I'm probably the first nurse there. I'm the last one to leave. Like, I do what I'm supposed to do. But I just don't feel like they have that, because I'm giving so much, they're not reciprocating that to me. And as a Cancer who's emotional and kind of feels when somebody trying to carry me, like, I don't like that shit. Like, I know if I'm gonna grow somewhere, and if I don't feel like I'm growing, I get scared. So I don't feel like I'm growing, and I don't feel like they have me in the plans in a position of leadership. So I think it's time to go. But I have this feeling of disloyal for doing that, and I gotta do that. I gotta get rid of that, because it's hindering where I want to go. Having a master's degree and wanting to go into leadership, not getting those positions, was a big blow to my confidence. I think that's kind of why I fell off the fucking podcast thing, because I just was in disarray. Like, what's next? What am I gonna do? If they don't want to accept me here, what am I gonna do? Then my plan was to stay put where I am, learn everything I can learn, and take it to another oncology unit. But they're not even letting me learn. It's like they giving me teaspoons of it, and then they take it away, and then they come back a few months later and give me a few more teaspoons. I'm 43 years old. I don't know how long y'all think I'm gonna be working by this bedside, but I'm ready to lead a unit and make it the best unit that any hospital has ever had ever. And I can't do that from this position, because I'm just following people that don't know how to lead. Simple things like communication, understanding the people that you're working with. Hey, this person don't read emails. Walk up to them verbally, let them know what's going on. If a person's not learning the things that you're sending emails for these in-services, no, we need to come and do in-services and hands-on teach these people what they need to be doing and learning, because that's your responsibility as an educator and leader. It's not working. And I know they know that shit's not working, because nobody's growing and everybody's leaving. And that's not the patience. The patience is why people stay so long, because they would have been gone 3 months before they left 6 months later. You know what I'm saying? So people don't stay on the floor for 20 years and then people work for a year and leave now. That's not a change in the texture of the nurses. No, that's the leadership, and that's a problem. And I think as a leader, that's what I give. They have to understand what they're working for. There has to be an end game and things that are uncomfortable. There has to be some light at the end of the tunnel. You can't pizza and fucking sweatshirt people to death. You can't offer. Why do you think everybody, they offer incentives for working overtime? Why ain't nobody taking it? Because they don't want to fucking be here. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, man. And I'm going through a little bit right now, but I'm in my new environment. I love my new house. It's much bigger. It fits where my wife and I am now in our life. My family loves it. It's a big backyard. I got a dog named Khalif, the black collie. He's a puppy, and it's like having a fucking baby in here. It's like when I used to babysit my daughter when she was a baby, and like, what are you doing when he's barking? I know where he at. When he ain't barking, he doing something. And he probably got one of my sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So. But I'm happy to be back, man. And guess what? Who's coming back? This podcast has been going. Over 50 episodes online. Check them out. But this is the first one in 2023. I've been doing a lot of podcasts with my brother Rip'em. I've been doing the LA to Las Vegas to Detroit sports radio podcast. I've been doing the NFL Outdated podcast. So I'm out there. I just haven't been doing my own, and I think it's time to get back to doing me again. And I'm excited, and I can't wait to keep on doing more with y'all. So let's get it popping, man. Yo, eat your meals, read your books, take care of them kids. I see y'all.